action. And as we go through the building, as we go through the tour, I think we will talk about the ribbon cutting. We will definitely get to the picture at the convention in 1998 where we burned the mortgage. And in my tenure, I can say probably I was the most fortunate president, because when I walked into the headquarters when I became the national president, the home was furnished. And that was also done under Izora's presidency, and we'll hear more about that. My presidency, I wanted to turn the house on the hill into the national headquarters. We realized that for us to have the tax breaks that we wanted and needed as a nonprofit organization, we had to have a functioning headquarters here. This home could not be a museum, just standing here not being used. And as a result of that, by establishing a national headquarters, the role of a property manager was eased out, because we had a person here all the time to take care of the repairs of the house, to keep the national president informed of things that were going on that needed her attention. Projects that were started under Izora I completed, such as completing the fence, the landscaping of the property, putting in new carpeting, and really making sure that everything we do in this house blends with the decor and blends with the overall purpose of our house on the hill. We are, as you heard, in a historic district. And it really, I have such a sense of pride as I stand on our front stoop and neighbors pass and say, we are good neighbors, and they're so pleased with what we have done with our property. And as a result of that, quite honestly, and I say this somewhat humbly, the way we are maintaining our home, the neighbors have told me, have made it necessary for them to keep their homes in line with ours. We're also on a street now where smaller caucuses and smaller nonprofits have also bought into this area. So we're at the foot of the Capitol. We're in an area that's growing, and we're doing what we need to do to be a contributing and a good neighbor in this area and bring recognition to the National Association of University Women.
So, Lenora, I would hasten to say, and Phyllis, that with all the investments that have been made in this property, as well as the surrounding properties, our headquarters would be valued at right at $1 million.
Yes, you're right.
Easily. And I want to also share and say that it was during my tenure that we saw the need to apply for property tax exemption. We were paying $5,000 plus for tax, property tax each year. And I asked Sandra to go to the courthouse and to get us the application for the property tax exemption, not really knowing what to expect. But when she sent the 30-page application to me, I was overwhelmed. So I put it down for a while, and I had to think about it and pray over it. And one night, after 2 weeks later, my husband and I sat down and we began to fill out that application. It took us 1 week to fill it out. But however, we mailed it back to DC, and we were granted property tax exemption. So therefore, as of today, we have saved more than $35,000 on property tax.
Yes, and I'm sure that was granted to us, not only because of the work that you put into it, Izora, but also because of the nature of our organization. The National Association of University Women is primarily a service organization, And as Lenore spoke about our founding, we also promote excellence in education. Every branch throughout the United States, and there are more than 80 branches, provides scholarships for undergraduate students. We also have other initiatives, and I'm sure that our president, Lenore, will describe some of them. But keep in mind that we are women throughout the United States interested in our youth acquiring the best of education. And we provide means through mentoring, through tutorial services, to help young people move ahead as far as their academics are concerned. And we also provide service within our respective communities. Izora, tell us a little bit more about our plans for the next few years. Where are we going as far as services are concerned?
In 2002, at the end of the convention, in our executive committee meeting, the executive committee voted that we should move ahead with strategic planning. And we called in a consultant, Ms. Dieta Jones, who guided us through that process. And we emerged with really a 3-point focus for the strategic plan. And objective number 1 primarily is based on the branch level. And we have started literacy. We are very, very serious about literacy, and we have now extended it from preschool to adults. We must work with people to help them become literate. And we have encouraged the branches to go into daycare centers to start working with the young ones. And we hope that if at no other time, they really should do it throughout the year, but if at no other time, the week of our Reading Jubilee, which is also the joy of reading, that our branch members are in libraries working with adults, teaching adults how to read. So that's critical. Secondly, as Phyllis pointed out earlier, all of our branches, every single branch in this organization gives scholarships. On the sectional level, we give scholarships for graduate work, the master's degree. And on the national level, there are 2 fellowships, one for NAUW member and one for a non-member, of $3,000 that are given to women pursuing the doctoral degree. Also a part of the strategic plan is our health focus. HIV/AIDS is a very serious disease, especially in the African American community. And it is critical that our branches continue to offer programs to the community, to educate the community. And we cannot really hide our heads in the sand any longer and recognize that our young people are contracting the disease, and our older women are also becoming an issue with AIDS. And therefore, it is our due and responsibility that we really must continue to be very proactive in our community, not only in distributing materials, not only in participating in the AIDS walks, but actually linking up with health organizations and having health fairs and making sure that HIV/AIDS screening is conducted. Another area that we are supposed to be working very, very hard are with our young men. It is no secret that our young men need our assistance. And we are supposed to be providing mentoring to young men in the areas of social needs, continuing to stay in school to graduate, making sure that they understand that it is not nerdy to be a bright student and to graduate and to seek to go on to college. We need to have people coming behind us that can carry on the legacies that we are giving to them and turning over to them. We also are very concerned that many of our young women are not looking at careers in math with a math and science background. So that's another initiative of ours, that we must offer opportunities to introduce them to careers in math and science, to help them look at going into college and majoring in these areas. And I can proudly say that in my particular area, and I live in Queens, one of our branches contributed to a local community organization a $1,000 scholarship to be awarded to a youngster in that particular community where that branch is, a young woman they wanted, but they said any, male or female, that will be pursuing a career in math and science. Part 2